Previously, on the longest journey. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'm sure it was hilarious. God damn it. And now. I don't know why that made me so angry. Okay, let's go and talk to the castle watch. Oh wait, no, let's go and talk to this guy here first. Oh, woman. Can't really tell the difference.
Be careful, don't come too close. I'm almost done with this pot.
Okay.
Sorry. Are you here to buy pottery? I didn't think traders were allowed up here.
No, I came to speak with your teller.
Really? I didn't know the teller spoke with anyone from the outside. You must be a very special girl.
Yes, I am.
Supposedly. My name's April, by the way.
Nima is my name. Nima of Ta'ama. The only Elation village on Elace.
I like your pottery.
I like your pottery.
It's our craft. That and storytelling. But storytelling can't buy merchandise or food.
I know a lot of people who live by telling stories, although I guess that's kind of different.
They are lucky then. Not that I don't enjoy making pottery. It's good to feel the wet clay between my claws, to shape it into whatever I wish. It's almost like creating a new life, I think. I don't have a husband yet, so I haven't tried.
Oh.
Have you? Do you have a husband and children?
Neither, thank God. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I was 18 turnings this spring. I'm ready for a husband, but I've yet to court anyone who could make me soar on the winds. I think the men of Ta'ama are dull and timid.
What about the guard on the road below the village? He's our age, isn't he?
Isam? He's quite pretty, and his wings are big, but I don't think he likes me. He never looks at me or talks to me.
He likes you.
That doesn't mean anything. He could just be shy.
Maybe you could talk to him, find out who he likes, but don't say I sent you.
Okay.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you, April.
Your
Thank
love
you,
life
Nima.
is more important
You're welcome, April.
than saving the world. Let's go. Isam.
So, Isam, that's your name, isn't it?
Yes, Isam of Tamar.
A good-looking guy like you must get a lot of attention from the girls, right?
Are you asking me for courtship?
Me? No. Wings don't do anything for me. No, I was just thinking, maybe you had your eye out for somebody special?
I'm without a mate. The women of Tamar are cold and unfriendly, and whenever I try to talk to one of them, she ignores me.
Aww.
Even Nima?
Nima? No, she's too pretty for me. She won't appreciate my attention.
Yeah, she will.
This is like high school. Trust me, Isam. You go talk to her one of these days, and I'm sure you'll find you have a lot in common. Just be yourself, okay?
You think so? Perhaps you are right. I will do as you say, Windbringer. Thank you.
Yay, I
Thanks
solved
for your
the
help.
relationship thing.
You should go see the teller. She'll want to speak with you.
Your relationship is going to crash and burn because I got involved. That's generally what happens in real life. Okay, let's talk to this guy over here. 'Cause he's...
Halt!
Oh.
Who would visit the teller?
I'm the wing...
I'm the Windbringer.
bringer.
The Windbringer? You are not the Windbringer. Are you?
How else would I have been able to get up here? I am the Windbringer.
If so, you must prove that you are of the Elation. There are 4 tales from the 4 corners of the world that you must know by heart.
Of course.
They are the tale of winds, the tale of stars, the tale of sea, and the tale of homecoming. I will ask you one question from each tale, and you must answer each correctly, or you cannot be the Windbringer. Are you ready?
No, I am not ready.
No, give me some time to prepare.
Then return when you are ready, and I will test your knowledge of the 4 tales.
Okay, kid, tell me all you know.
Hi, Saina.
Hi, April.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Yes, my mommy taught me the tale of the stars. It's a really pretty story. You want me to tell it?
Yes.
Please, Saina, I would like that very much.
Okay. This is my tale, the tale of stars, and I tell it to you in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in her words.
Okay.
In the small village of Jinjay near the rumbling hills of Onion, there lived a girl called Mona. She was a curious girl, and she would always get in the way of grown elation. Go play somewhere else, they would say to Mona, but she didn't want to play with the other children. She wanted to be where the grown-ups were, to see what they were doing, and learn from them. But one day, after getting many complaints from the pottery makers and guardsmen and traders and soldiers in the village, Mona's mother told her that she wasn't to interfere with the grown-ups anymore, and that instead she could go play with the other children, or sit still and draw or work with clay. But Mona was always curious, and now, since she wasn't to be among the grown elation anymore, she decided to go exploring the forest that lay just outside of the village of Jinjay. She had many times been forbidden to enter the forest because it could be a dangerous place, but Mona was very curious. Of course she wasn't planning on going far into the forest, but then her eye caught sight of a white flufftail hopping through the tall grass, and Mona, curious as ever, gave chase. The flufftail ran away into the forest, and Mona followed, blind to where she was going, and interested only in catching the white flufftail so that she could keep it as a pet. But then, after a good while, the flufftail disappeared into a hole in the ground, leaving Mona alone in a small clearing, somewhere deep inside the forest. She was exhausted after running after the flufftail for so long, and as she looked around the clearing at the unfamiliar trees and flowers, she realized that she hadn't been paying attention to where she was going. Not for the first time her curiosity had gotten the better of her, but this time it was serious. Mona was too young to fly, and she had very little sense of direction, and chasing the white flufftail had made her dizzy and tired. It was getting darker, and Mona was all alone in the deep, dangerous forest, too sleepy and too scared to be able to go anywhere. Mona curled up with her wings wrapped around her under the leaves of a tree and began crying. Soon it got really dark, and somewhere, not far away, wolves started howling at the moon. Mona was so scared she was petrified, but after a while her exhaustion got the better of her, and she fell asleep.
Oh no.
She woke up when she heard a voice calling her from somewhere far above. Looking up at the starry sky, Mona saw a vision of the spirits of 5 tellers gazing down at her. "You have let your curiosity lead you astray," said one. "You are lost, and you deserve to be lost," said another. "Poor little girl," said a third. "We will help you home," said a fourth. "But remember this," said the 5th spirit. "We will lead you back to your village and to your mother only if you promise us one thing." "I promise," said Mona. "Whatever it is, I promise I will do it." "Very well," said the 1st spirit. "You will make the story of this night into your own tale, and you will call it the Tale of Stars." "It will be a tale to warn the curious to be careful," continued the 3rd spirit, "and to not let their curiosity get the better of them. And," said the 2nd spirit, "to remind the elation that the spirits of their tellers watch out for them when they most need it." And so the spirits of the 5 tellers guided Mona through the forest, and by dawn she was home. And Mona did tell her tale, the Tale of Stars, to everyone in the village, so that everyone would remember that the curious must be cautious, and that the spirits of the tellers are always watching. This was my tale, the Tale of Stars, and I told it in my own words as my teacher did to me.
That was a beautiful tale, Saina.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Saina.
You're leaving again? I wish you could stay.
Me too, Saina, believe me.
Okay. God damn it, I'm gonna have to remember all that. I'm terrible with memory, god damn it. And I reckon I already know one of these stories, that they were in the library or something, maybe? I don't know, that's a guess. I'm probably wrong. There's also 4 relation around, so maybe they'll tell me 4 of them. So.
Hi, Mima.
Hi, April.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
I had to learn the tale of homecoming. It took a long time, but I think I got it now. I'm better with pottery than I am with the tales, unfortunately. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Please.
Very well. This is the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I shall tell it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher, in her words, and by her teacher in turn. Moran was a handsome young Elation man with strong wings and a hardy beak. He lived below the white cliffs, where the water was salty and the fish plentiful. Moran was betrothed to Inara, the loveliest girl there ever was. She was fair and slender and tall, and her eyes were the clearest shade of blue. But Moran was hesitant to enter into union with Inara, to become her husband and to give her children. He would always come up with a new excuse for why they had to wait a little while longer. Now, Inara was skilled at pottery, but even more so with stories, and the teller of the village had many times asked Inara to be her apprentice, to learn all the tales, so that someday she could take over as the teller. But Inara refused, knowing that if she did accept the teller's offer, she would never be able to marry Moran, because a teller cannot have a husband nor children of her own. Her refusal to become the teller's apprentice was unheard of, because who could refuse such an honor? But to Inara, love was more important. Her love for Moran was beyond honor, beyond reason. But despite Inara's love, Moran was still hesitant. And then one day he told Inara, "I am traveling on a pilgrimage to the far shores. I will be gone for some time, and while I am traveling, and in accordance with our traditions, I will be freed from our betrothal. Not until I come back will the bond between us be renewed." It was not unusual for a young Elation man at that time to go on a pilgrimage, and the bond between the betrothed would often be cut while he was away, to be formed again upon his return. But Inara was heartbroken, because she had thought that Moran would soon want to marry her. When Moran saw her tears, he said to her, "Do not weep. When I come back, I promise I will marry you. Just wait for me, and stay with your pots, to make the time pass quickly." And then Moran left on his pilgrimage to the far shores. Many years went by, and Moran had exciting adventures on the far shores. But by and by, he began to long for home, and for Inara, and now he had finally realized that he loved her, and that he wanted to marry her. But when he returned, he could not find Inara amongst the pot makers. He went to visit her family, and they told him that, after waiting for many years, Inara accepted the teller's offer of apprenticeship. And that when the teller left on the last wind during the previous winter, Inara herself became the new teller. Angry, Moran made his way to the teller's nest, and when he saw Inara, he said to her, "You promised me you would wait." But Inara did not say a single word in answer. She just turned around and lifted something wrapped in leaves from the cot behind her and gave it to Moran. Moran unwrapped the package, and inside he found an old pot, cracked and broken in two. "What is this pot?" he asked. "And why did you not wait for me like I asked you to?" And finally Inara spoke, and she said to Moran, "I made this pot for you, my dear Moran, when you left, because I wanted it to be my marriage gift to you. But when many, many years passed, I finally realized that you did not love me the way I loved you, and to live hoping otherwise would be death." "But I want to marry you," cried Moran. "I came back." But Inara just nodded at the broken pot in Moran's hands and said, "Like an old pot that is left without care, a heart may break in two, and a broken heart can never be mended." And so Inara turned away, never to speak with Moran again, and Moran's heart, like the pot that was left untended, broke in two, because absence makes a heart brittle. This was the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I told it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, and as I will tell it to my student when the time comes.
Bye, Nima.
Goodbye, April.
That was a sad story. That was a really sad story. God fucking damn it. Guess that's what happens when you move away. Long distance relationships just don't work, and communication is very important. I want to talk to him.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of sea, human.
Would you mind telling it to me?
I would be happy to do so. This is the tale of sea, told in my own words as it was told to me by my teacher in his words, and to him by his teacher in his words. This was a very, very long time ago, when the Elation were a strong people, and we could spend days riding the hot winds above the seas. We hunted fish then, and we were at war with the Merum, the Wet-tails. Achilles was one of the strongest warriors there was. His claws were sharp and long, his beak pointy, and his teeth strong. Achilles was admired by everyone in his clan, and because of this he was cocky and arrogant. So one day the teller of Achilles' city asked him to perform a very important and very special duty, to bring a sacred jewel to the teller of an Elation town across the sea. This particular jewel was very important because it signified a union between the 2 towns, and it would benefit the people of both that it was delivered safely and promptly. Achilles grinned and told the teller that he would deliver the jewel both quickly and safely, and that she was not to worry. But the teller did worry, because Achilles was young and too sure of himself. But she wanted to test him, and to teach him that sharp claws, a pointy beak, and strong teeth are not all a warrior needs, that a warrior must also be wise and careful. So Achilles set out across the sea on his flight. It was on the 4th day that he spotted something in the water that caught his attention, and forgetting his duty and following his curiosity, Achilles dived towards the water to investigate. When he came closer, he saw that there were Merum in the water, foolishly hunting close to the surface, and Achilles saw an opportunity to again prove his might as a great warrior to his people, and to capture the fins of a few Wet-tails. But this time Achilles' arrogance got the better of him, because the Merum had set a trap. As he dived towards the Merum with his claws, a spear shot up from the water to hit him. Achilles struck the water and dropped the jewel he was carrying, and it was all he could do not to drown. Achilles was bleeding, and the Merum were grabbing onto his wings and his legs, but he fought bravely, and finally he managed to escape. But even though he now lived, he was dead inside, because the shame of losing the sacred jewel would always be with him. Achilles could not return to his village, because he had neglected his duty to his teller and to his people, and so he went away to a small island where he could be alone. To himself and his people, Achilles now became the lost one, he who had been on a sacred mission but had failed in his arrogance. A year passed, and one day Achilles met with human traders from a ship that came close to his island. From the traders, Achilles heard speak of a hideous creature that lived in the sea, the Octowo. The Octowo was said to have a 3rd eye, like a jewel, and that this eye pulled hapless sailors into its deadly 8-armed grasp. Achilles knew immediately that the Octowo's 3rd eye had to be the jewel that he lost in the sea a year ago, and he now saw the opportunity to redeem himself. But elation were not used to water, and the thought of submerging himself in the cold, harsh ocean chilled Achilles to his heart. But he was the lost one, and if in his death he could at the very least redeem himself, to his own heart then it would be worth it. So Achilles fashioned himself a spear, because in the water his claws and his beak would be too slow, and he flew out to where the octowoe was last seen. And then Achilles dived into the sea. The dark water closed in on him, and his wings and legs went numb. But still Achilles kept pushing down until he saw the lair of the octowoe. Spotting Achilles, the octowoe attacked, and Achilles saw the monster's third eye, his sacred jewel, shining bright in the darkness, and his heart was filled with a sense of duty and courage that he had never felt before. But as he began fighting the 8-armed monster, Achilles realized that if he were to fight like he usually did, he would not stand a chance. He would have to think differently. And so Achilles tricked the octowoe into following him through a tight chasm where the monster got stuck. And then he swam above it, and using his spear, tipped a rock on top of the octowoe. Swimming back down again, the octowoe was flailing helplessly. Now, almost out of air, Achilles took the sacred jewel from the octowoe's head and swam back up. Finally, Achilles could deliver the sacred jewel to the town across the sea, and upon returning to his village, he went to the teller, bowed his head, and said, "Forgive me, teller, for in my arrogance I thought I could do everything. But I could not, and I became the lost one because of it." "You were lost," said the teller, "but you are no more. Because now you see the limits of your own strength, and you will know that a warrior must be careful and wise, in addition to being strong and fierce." This was the tale of C, and I told it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher.
Okay. So that one was a little bit confusing because I kept falling asleep. Also, I've got a headache, so I had to turn the brightness down. Let's find out the last elation. My headache's better now. By the way, I went and had some paracetamol. So hopefully no more changing of the brightness or yeah. My only worry is that the tales of the homecoming, stars, and the sea. Well, I'm not gonna have a fucking clue what they are because I had such a bad headache during that I couldn't focus. God damn it.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of winds, Windbringer. Do you wish to hear it?
Yes.
Very much.
Then I shall tell it. This is the tale of winds, my tale, and I pledge to tell it in my own words, as told in turn by my teacher. In the village of Karan, in the mountains of tall winds, there lived a young Elatian woman named Iwana. Iwana had one desire above all others, to soar higher and farther than anyone else. And even though her wings were no broader, nor her body sleeker than anyone else's, she pursued this foolish desire without rest. And as time passed, she did soar higher, and she did fly farther than the other young Elation in her village, and her name became known far and wide amongst the tribes of the mountains of tall winds. But still, Iwana was not happy. She was not happy because, in her vanity, even though she was a better flyer than almost everyone else, and to her eyes, she was still not good enough.
I can relate to that.
She wanted to be so much better than anyone else that she would be remembered for all time as the best flyer amongst all the elation. And so one day, Iwana decided to climb to the top of Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light, and to soar from those giddy heights to the ends of the world. Her friends and her family pleaded with her not to, because every elation knew that to soar from such heights was dangerous, that at such heights the air was thin and the winds treacherous. But Iwana would not listen, and on a cold and clear morning she climbed up the Tower of Light to the rock and the ice at the very top. From there she could see to the ends of the world. And it brought tears to her eyes to know that now, finally, she would be greater and better than any elation before her. And so Iwana spread her wings and leaped off the mountain. Those who watched her from far below said that for a split moment Iwana soared, and she soared higher and farther than any elation before or since. But then the treacherous winds caught a hold of her, and the thin air made her plummet towards the ground, and to fall to her death amongst the rocks at the base of the mountain. In her vanity, Iwana could not see beyond her desire to be the very best. And vanity always stands to fall. That was the tale of winds, my tale, and I told it in my own words, as told to me in turn by my teacher.
Yeah, so these are 4. Okay, so the first tale was about a child who was being a bit naughty, ran away from mum, and then found some gods in the skies, and it's like, okay, kind of an okay ending, I think. I don't know, I can't remember. I wasn't really focused for that one. And the second one was like a really sad story about a woman who was in love with a man, and then the man goes away and probably cheats on her, and she's like, well, fuck you then. And then both of their hearts are broken, and it's like, oh, right. But that one actually rings true. I mean, without communication in relationship, things break down, and that's very important. You've got to have communication. You've got to have, you've got to be with the people you love. I get that. Then with the next one was about a warrior who lost a diamond or a jewel in the sea, and then he fought an octopus to get it back, but he had to change his mind. Basically, he was too proud. He thought that he was the best, and then he decided, actually, to fight this octopus, I'm not the best, I've got to do something different. Which is fair enough, I get those. So actually, these and then this one was like the story of, I want to be the best, and then not seeing that you are the best, and always trying to improve on yourself. Which actually is something that drives me today. I honestly don't think I'm good enough, and I want to keep improving on myself, and keep improving on myself, and keep improving on myself. So will that lead to my demise? Will it? Do I have to just be content? Content with myself? No! I have to be better. I need to know more. I need to... God damn it. I need to be I want to be the very best. Like no one ever was. Dun 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 dun. The third one was a Pokemon. It was a Pokemon story. Got it. Okay, now we're gonna fuck up. Now we're gonna really fuck up. Because I'm gonna have to remember which one was which.
Are you ready for the questions now?
Yeah, go on then.
Yes, ask me the questions.
In the Tale of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
Oh. Fuck. Well, it's gotta be Bakta'ana.
Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light.
That is correct. In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
5 spirits! 5 spirits! It was 5 spirits tellers.
The
I remember that
spirits
one.
of 5 tellers.
That is correct. In the tale of C, what creature did the lost one battle in his quest to recover the sacred jewel?
The octopus! I remember that one as well.
The Octawo?
That is correct. My final question to you is this. In the tale of Homecoming, what was given to Moran by his teller when he returned from his pilgrimage?
Oh, that one was the sad one. That was a broken pot to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
A broken pot to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
You have correctly answered all my questions, and so have proven your knowledge of the four tales. You are the Windbringer. The teller would see you presently.
Yay! Yay! I did good. I didn't fuck up for once. Oh, wow, you have a big head. I mean, it is massive.
Come closer, human. Closer. I cannot see your face. Closer still. Come sit here by me.
Ow. I don't know why I said ow for my
There
chair.
you are. You see, my eyes are not what they used to be. Ages ago, I could spot a ladybug crawling up a straw of grass from 15 tree lengths up. Now, I have a hard time seeing my supper.
Wait!
But my ears, balance be praised, my ears, they are as good as ever. I could hear you outside, learning the tales my children tell. You are a good listener and a fast learner.
She's the woman from the beginning.
They were interesting stories, and your people told them well.
She's the woman from the
That is
beginning.
what we do. The elation are the keepers of the tales, and I am their teller, the one who must know all the tales told since the day we came to this world.
How can you do that? How can you remember every story ever told?
The secret is to tell them often and to tell them in your own words, not the words of your ancestors.
Doesn't that mean that the stories change with every generation?
Yes, as all tales must. Change is important. Otherwise the tales will have no meaning to us. They will just be words, and we do not care about the words. We care about what the words tell us.
That is probably the best thing for any storyteller. You can write down words, but it's not about the words themselves. You don't have to be clever with your words. They don't have to be big words. They have to be important to sending the message. Yeah, I'm learning things. Hey, I'm learning things.
How long have your people been telling stories?
Since the beginning, human. Since we came to this world a long, long time ago.
You're not from Earth? From Arcadia?
Not according to our tales. We came on a great wind before the divide, when the earth was one and humans had yet to learn of magic and science. But we were a different people then, and the tales we tell from that time are vague and incomplete. Like myths and legends, the younger elation pay little attention to these tales.
Of course.
Sometimes I worry they will be lost with me, these tales, and I am getting old, very old.
I came to you to find answers to some important questions.
Ask, and I will try my best to answer.
Okay. I want to know about the dragon.
Have you heard of an ancient god or dragon that lives beneath the sea?
Once, long ago, when my people lived in harmony with the Merim, there were stories of an old god worshipped by the Merim who resided deep in the darkest depths of the ocean. According to legend, the old god had once brought the Merim into their realm, into the ocean, and he was now sleeping, resting before the journey back.
Back where?
To a great ocean amongst the stars. When the time came, he would gather the Merim and bring them home with him, back to their world, to their ocean. Strangely enough, we have a similar tale. It is said that the great wind that brought us here will someday return to bring us back to a place where we can soar forever on warm winds.
Like heaven.
In a way, perhaps, but without the need for any of us to die. The great wind will just sweep us up and carry us away. Every evening before I go to sleep, I recite this tale to myself. It is a comforting one.
It might be true. I might be able to help you with that. God damn it, chair, stop squeaking!
What do you know about the Dryad kin?
The kin are numbered 4, or so our tales tell. 2 in this world, 2 in the other. The mirror world. The white and the blue, the red and the green.
Oh.
Do you know where they are?
No, the tales never say. The kin are elusive. They keep to themselves. I have never seen one myself, and I doubt any of my kind has. The tales do say that our past and our future are tied to the fate of the kin, but how I would not pretend to know. This is one tale that is yet to be told.
Do you know anything about the Guardian's realm?
This is human business. Would you not know more than I?
Your people are the keepers of the tales. You remember more than humankind has forgotten. Please, I need to hear what you know.
That is very little. The Guardian's realm is home to the Guardian in his tower. No one is permitted within except the Guardian who was, the Guardian who is, and the Guardian who will be. And of course the Dryad kin, who were instrumental in its making.
Have you ever heard of the existence of a hidden entrance to his realm?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have heard tell of such a thing, though I would not know where it is. I gather that one of the kin may be able to tell you.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions.
I am glad I could help you with some answers.
I'm the Windbringer.
I know you are. It's strange to me to hear those words spoken. I did not think they would be in my lifetime. But here you are, standing in front of me as real as the sky is blue.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but what is it that the Windbringer is supposed to do for you?
I did not expect you to walk in here and have all the answers, child. The balance has both blessed you and cursed you, and it has sent you here to do what it wills. The Windbringer is said to be the first sign of the great wind that will take us away from here. For a long time, the Elation have lost the strength they used to have. Our bones have become weak, and our wings fragile. Where we used to be able to soar for days on strong winds, we are now using our legs to walk rather than fly. Why this is, we do not know.
10 yen.
You know of the reason for this?
I'm just guessing, but it makes sense. Go on.
The tales also say that the Windbringer will unite us with our past and end the age-old strife.
I know. You must make peace and be reunited with the Merim. You share a common ancestry.
I have always thought we did. The tales were too similar, the signs clear. But my people, they will have a difficult time understanding why and how this can be.
If you don't, both the Elation and the Merim will die out. When war broke out between your people and you were forced to move up into the mountains, it compromised a precarious symbiosis. A substance called tanyan was abundant where the Merim and the Elation lived in close proximity. It brought fish and heat and light to both your people. But now, living up in the mountains, your way of life, your diet, your customs and habits, they've all changed, and that's probably the cause of your brittle bones and fragile wings.
Then we must make peace with the Merim and restore the balance between us, so as to strengthen us both and prepare us for the journey that will surely come soon. When our sitting is over, I will speak to my people, and I will elect one representative from the Elation to meet with the Merim in the place of your choosing to open a dialogue.
I guess it's time for you to talk to your people and for me to make arrangements with the Merim.
Where do you wish for our meeting to take place, Windbringer?
You want me to decide? Well, I know. Send your ambassador down to the ancient caves by the beach. Inside, there are remnants of an old Elation settlement and a Merim city. It's a good place for your two people to meet, don't you think?
Yes. And could you ask if they would bring their half of the stone?
The stone? You have the other half?
We have held on to it for centuries, knowing that someday it would be of use to the Windbringer.
It will, trust me.
And we must make haste and arrangements. It is an important day, so let us not waste light. Go and wait for my ambassador in the caves.
Okay, I can do that. I'm excited now, April! I don't know why I did.
It's amazing. This place is so beautiful. And the scent of sea and rock and mist. This scent is of home. This was home a long, long time ago, according to the tales. We lived in peace with the Wet-tail, with the Merim back then.
Now you'll be able to live in peace again. And with the Tanyan bringing fish to your doorstep, you'll be able to eat well and restore strength to your bones. Soon you might even be able to soar on the winds for days like you used to do.
I hope you are right, Windbringer. And I hope that the Merim will see the sense in it too. They are coming, are they not?
They said they would. Hush, I hear something.
We are here, Water Stiller, as was promised.
Good. Now, as representatives of your respective peoples, you, the Queen of Amiram City, and you, guard to the Elation Teller, must fulfill the prophecy and join the two parts of the one stone.
We hope that our peoples may be joined again, Elation, and that we may live in peace and prosper.
As do we, Merim. And we pledge to do all we can for this to happen. The stone is now whole, Windbringer, and the Elation and the Merim will once again be as one. You may take it with you.
Thank you. The both of you.
Come now, April, and we will take you to our sleeping god. May his wisdom guide you and lead you down the right path.
Oh. Of course, they have the Draken. Also, that was a very easy peasy thing. And I'm talking over a cutscene, that's bad. Okay then, April, I'm pretty sure that this is... yeah. Let's have a look.
The sand is covering something.
Let's have a look. Oh, that... small orifice. I don't want to know. Just... ugh.
It's some kind of organic sensor.
Let's touch it.
It's soft and spongy.
Oh, let's talk to it.
Hello? Is anybody in there? Spooky. Well, I guess it's an invitation of sorts.
Fine, let's go. Let's go in the orifices. Oh wait, large rock? Oh...
There's air in here. And it's dry. I swear I'm never taking a bath again.
What? Why are you never taking a bath again? I'm confused.
That doesn't look like a natural protrusion. It's too big and round.
It's an eye! Touch it! Poke it!
I know you.
Oh, wow.
Do not be afraid. I know what you are.
You do?
Yes. Yes. What would you hear? I do not like to be disturbed. I wish to be left alone. I wish to rest until the day of ascension.
You know what? Fuck your nap time.
Some things are more important than your nap time.
There are always things more important. But I do not care. That is why I am down here. In the deep. Away from the worlds. The affairs of man are no concern of mine.
That's a fine attitude. Just bury your head in the sand and let the world pass you by, huh? That way you can spend eternity in blissful ignorance and solitude.
I do not mind being alone. I like the silence. What do you want from me?
Just some questions is all.
Then ask. And be gone.
Well, someone's rude.
What am I?
What do you mean?
You said you know what I am. What am I?
You do not know. Then it is not I who should teach you about your heritage. You must make this discovery on your own.
I'm the child of a Draken, aren't I?
Listen, I'm tired. I'm wet. I'm at the bottom of the sea and I'm breathing with the help of a polyp stuck in my esophagus. So just cut the Buddhist bullshit about a journey of self-discovery and answer my question. Please?
Your question has already been answered. That is all I will tell you. Your journey began with an answer. It is only now that you know the question.
That's so not helpful, but thank you. I'm looking for a jewel called the Dragon's Eye.
Yes. I have one such jewel.
Can I have it?
I guess that's it.
Take it.
Yay.
Are you sure?
Take it. It is yours now. It is part of your destiny.
Okay. Tell me if it hurts. What is the day of Ascension?
The day when the kin return home. When my siblings come to me, and we rise toward the stars for our journey back to our cradle. This is the day of Ascension.
So you're going back to wherever it is you came from?
We will, eventually, when everything is ready.
When what's ready?
I will not answer that question. It is not necessary for you to know.
I need to know where I can find the gateway to the Guardian's realm.
So you come to me.
They told me, well, they as in the few people who could tell me anything at all, they told me that if anyone would know, it'd be you.
I know. When the earth was divided, there was a doorway left open where the tower was built.
But it's moved, hasn't it? That spot. When Stark and Arcadia were created, that spot moved somewhere else.
Into the sky. Amongst the stars.
But where?
I knew you were coming. Your journey has not been a quiet one. Even down here, I could hear you. I speak with the dark people. They are my messengers. They have prepared a map for you with the entrance you are looking for.
You knew I was coming and why? Then, okay, I know this is probably a futile question, but why didn't you send the Dark People to me earlier? You could have saved me a lot of time and hard work.
You are afraid of time and hard work.
No, but it's the principle of it, isn't it?
No, it is not. You had prophecies to fulfill. You had a purpose. Bringing my children together in preparation. This was important. And for that, I thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, I wish to sleep.
You said something about a map?
The Dark People have it. They will meet you. I will bring you to them.
What, now?
Yes. Hold on.
I've got diaries. Yeah, it is really, really frustrating, April. I'm getting really easily confused because I don't know puzzles or riddles. I'm not good with any of that stuff.
The ship is enshrouded in a thick fog, very mystic-like. I can't see the face, but I think it's a man. A tall man wearing a dark cloak. He's one of the dark people, whatever they are. Thanks for taking me on board.
Who are you?
Well, I thought you... I mean, didn't the old dragon... Well, I'm April Ryan, from Stark, and I guess you're a dark person.
But who are you?
I'm just a student. Not anybody special.
You are special. Who are you?
I'm not. I'm just... I'm the Windbringer. I'm the Water Stiller. I'm April Bondu Mbata of the Banda and the Venar Kangang La. I'm a shifter. I will someday become the 13th Guardian, the protector of the balance. And I'm April Ryan. This is who I am.
Yes, that is who you are. And you are a wave.
Wait. What? Oh, hi. Bye. Wait, are you guys Dementors? I don't want any Dementors around here. Jeez.
Why am I, a wave?
You have a purpose. You play an important part in the cosmos. A wave is someone who propels people and events toward change, towards the future.
And that's what I do?
You are a wave. There are ripples from your passing, and they spread wide and far. Those ripples will never die down. The worlds will be changed by your journey.
You're telling me that everything I do affects the universe?
You cannot escape it. You are a wave.
The ancient dragon, the blue of the Drake kin, told me you had a map for me.
A map of stars, yes. It was made for you in our library, and given to me to hold. It is yours now. Keep it well. It is the only one.
I will probably lose it.
I'm looking for an ancient stone given to you by the Sentinel, the Fathers.
You came for the stone. Of course we have it with us. Our ship would not have been chosen to meet you were it not for the stone we carry with us.
Everybody's just waiting around for me to show up, so that they can give me stuff. Who knew adventuring was going to be this easy?
It will not always be so easy. Of that I can assure you. But here is our stone. We entrust it to you, as we were instructed to do when the Fathers first entrusted it to us.
Can this ship take me back to Marcuria? I mean, would you mind?
We will bring you to Marcuria henceforth. It will take the night, but we will be there at first light.
That's fine. Thanks a lot.
You are free to rest here, to sleep, while we travel. The flames will keep you warm, but do not move too far away. My brothers are not friendly with outsiders. They do not take kindly to intrusion.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm staying right here.
Good. Sleep.
Sleep sounds really nice right now. I'm so confused as to what just happened. God damn it. Shadows. Ooh, spooky.
Did you sleep?
very comfortably, thanks. Where are we?
In the Mercuria harbor.
But there are barely any ships here.
I do not know why. We must leave you here. We have other business. Carry your wave into the future, April.
Whatever that means, I'll try.
Thank you, sir. He was
Where did
a
all the
nice
ships go?
person.
They're gone. This can't be a good sign. I mean, duh. The city looks strangely quiet and deserted. And the sky, those are not ordinary clouds. They look more like smoke. What's going on here?
Oh, fuck. Have they all been murdered? That's not cool at all. God damn it. Well, I guess it's time to save the world, April!